Yes, Imperial Joff. I'm here to talk about the state of the Brooklyn Nets. It's looking like a failed experiment, y'all. KD, Kyrie, and Harden have played in less than 20 games together in 2 seasons. So let's talk about that. How is a team that was formed together supposed to win a championship if they don't play together? The whole thing from the start was egregious. They talked about coming to New York. KD and Kyrie misled everybody. They did come to New York, but they went to Brooklyn. So you're gonna slap the biggest fan base in the NBA, and look at what we have here. It's not working. Last season in the playoffs was embarrassing. The Milwaukee Bucks took your championship. They took your championship. You guys got James Harden during the trade. James Harden's not a playoff player. And it showed prominent in the playoffs. He shouldn't have been playing if he couldn't play. But since he went on the floor, we have to judge it. Did Nathan. He had a bad wheel, but yet he was playing 35 to 40 minutes. The Brooklyn Nets, before the big three came, were a decent team. As a matter of fact, they're in the same place that they are now, 6th seed. So what improvement did this accomplish? What did you come into Brooklyn to slap the New York Knicks fan base in the face do? Nothing. Your legacies are taking a tarnished hit. Let's admit it. It doesn't look like the Nets are going to come out of the East this year, especially with the pandemic protocols and the regulations and the rules. Kyrie Irving has played only 8 games this season, all road games. Okay? Out of those 8, only 2 of them were with KD and Harden. Both. I think they played. I'm not sure, but I think they won all the games that they played together. But it was only 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 48 games into the season. So Saturday they had a game against the Warriors, which they lost, but it was essentially Kyrie by himself. No Harden. And as you know, KD's out. KD's probably going to be out until March. So now, it's going to look like another probably first or second round exit. So is the strategy to get into the playoffs as a lower seed so you can have mostly home away games, which would probably be the best bet to have the most games out of Kyrie? To play 4 away games, it'd probably be more beneficial for them to play 4 away games and 3 home games than it is to play 4 home games and 3 away games in a 7-game series. The Nets are in trouble, y'all. And you already got rumors of James Harden already leaving. Well, believe those rumors. Number one, Brooklyn doesn't provide the essentials that James Harden is accustomed to. He was in Houston for a long time. He got accustomed to the strip club life. There are no strip clubs in Brooklyn. There's only strip club in Manhattan and the Bronx. Brooklyn doesn't provide what James Harden needs to be James Harden. And it's taking a toll on him. So at the end of the season, the Nets might lose James Harden for nothing. This experiment that's been going on has been a wash. It's just been KD and James Harden taking turns playing with the lower end players. The person that played the most games on the Nets has been Patty Mills, a perennial role player. He's been the most consistent body that's been on the floor. So you're depending on Patty Mills. The veterans that they signed, they got LaMarcus Aldridge back. LaMarcus Aldridge is 6'11" and only averages about 5 rebounds a game. The team leader in rebounds is James Harden. This team wasn't built right. They gave away Jared Allen, who was essentially a great big man, a great developing big man. And as you can see, the Cleveland Cavaliers have a better record, or up there with the Brooklyn Nets, without the superstar power. The Nets hired a rookie head coach. I look at Nash, and I don't see what he's doing out there. I don't know if he has an impact on the game like that. I watch Nets games. It's just KD, Kyrie, and Harden taking turns with the role players. No cohesion. The Brooklyn Nets, even if they do win a championship, no one's going to care. Okay? And I'm saying this, and I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn. Die-hard Brooklynite. I love Brooklyn. But I'm a Knicks fan first. The Nets only been in Brooklyn since, 2010, 2011. It's cute. I like what the New York Nets was doing. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets was doing beforehand with D'Angelo Russell and those guys. I felt like it was more organic, and that's where it needed to be. You bring in that superstarness, you come to Broadway, not Flatbush. So even if you did win 3 or 4 championships here, it wouldn't matter. And that's evident. When the Lakers come into town, you hear more cheers for the Lakers in the Barclays Center than you do for the Nets. That gotta make y'all sick. LeBron running up and down flexing for the crowd and they cheering. That's what y'all get. It's about the Knicks over here. You don't come to New York and disrespect the Knicks fan base. And it's rearing its ugly head. Through injuries, the protocol restrictions. Kyrie is the only one out of all the unvaccinated players that can't play at home. You're the only one. The only one. That's why Stephen A. Smith singled you out on the Kobe tribute. You're the only one that can't play. And it's messing up the team. It's messing up whatever they was trying to do. Shame on them. Kevin Durant is a follower. He's an MVP. He's a generational talent. But he has the thinnest skin I ever seen on any type of superstar player. Easily swayed, easily influenced. You follow little Kyrie. You being from DC should know what it means, what the New York fan base is about. A little bit. James Harden, he wanted out of Houston. You can go anywhere where there's a chance to win a championship, where he doesn't have to do the heavy lifting, because we know how he is with the heavy lifting. He can't lift it. He's not a playoff player. He proves that time and time again. So now, I don't know what Kevin Durant was thinking. You're supposed to be a leader. He's like, I'm not going to come to New York if it's not the Knicks. That's what it should have been your mentality. What Kawhi Leonard and Paul George did, they wanted to go to the Lakers. They didn't want to play with LeBron. They went to the Clippers to try to build them up. You see how that's working. It's not working. They're both injured. The Clippers are going down. If Kawhi Leonard doesn't come back in time, the Clippers might not even make the playoffs this year. You don't go against the main fan base. And right now, it's rearing its ugly head. You guys are 6 seeded. By the time Kevin Durant comes back, who knows where y'all gonna be? Y'all probably might be in the 8th seed. It's a lot of climbing to do. As of now, you're only a few games from playing in the play-in. The play-in. Is this what we envisioned for the big three? Should have came to the Knicks. There would have been more care. There would have been none of this. You would have had, like Kyrie should have known better. You from the Newark, New Jersey area. How would you think going to the Nets would have been a smart move? It's not a smart move. As smart as you are, you should have known better. You try to go against the grain. You try to put it like you try to overshadow the Knicks in their own hometown. How's that working for you? Even the Knicks right now, in this devastated space right now. Right now, the Knicks are 12th place. New York City cares more about what's going on with the Knicks than they do with the Nets. A Knicks loss will make the front page before a Nets win. You guys are a little section under the New York Post, a little section under New York Newsday. Whenever y'all do anything. You can't take this town over. And the injuries are not making it better. You're still missing Joe Harris, who's just a role player, but he's an important role player. He only played in 14 games this season. The state of the Nets is dismal. It's disappointing. James Harden is going to leave. You can put your money on that, especially if they get a first-round knockout. He's not going to stay in a place where it has no strip clubs. There's reports that he might go to Philly. Who knows where he might end up? He might even go to the Lakers. Who knows? He's from LA. Why not? He will go anywhere that he doesn't have to do the heavy lifting. He ain't built like that. We know that. Kyrie. It's not working, brother. And this is a decision that all of them are going to regret. I don't think this tree is going to bear any fruit. If they win one championship, it ain't going to be this year. And I say this to say, you cut your nose to spite your face. So now, not much people are talking. The Nets are small fries to this day. And it's sad. The window of opportunities are closing. The role players that you got on the team are not up to snuff at all. Blake Griffin is finished. You got to waive Paul Millsap because he's finished. LaMarcus Aldridge, he got a little jump shot here and there, but essentially as a big man, nobody's afraid of him. He's not doing big man things. A little elbow jump shot here, elbow jump shot there. That's about as much production as he's going to get out of LaMarcus Aldridge. He's not going to bang on the boards. 5 rebounds a game is pathetic, putrid. Nick Claxton. Y'all just thought y'all could just replace Jared Allen and his impact. Obviously, he's an irreplaceable guy. As you can see, ask Cleveland. He was grabbing those boards. Claxton is just a really average player who was not grabbing the rebounds that he's supposed to. You got one bright spot. You got the rookie Cam Thomas, which I think he should be getting more playing time. Way more playing time. Really be featured. He's a bucket. Overall, the Nets are a disappointment this season. And I don't see it getting any better. So I guess the strategy would be to go into the playoffs as a 6th seed. Because you'll have mostly away games. And that'll benefit you guys to have Kyrie on the floor as much as possible. I don't see New York letting up their stance on unvaccinated players and buildings. And that's unfortunate. Until that happens, the Nets are in a world of trouble. KD's legs, we don't know how dependable they are. He has a knee injury. I don't know which leg it is, but I hope it's not on the leg that he had the Achilles on. Because that's big trouble. A gimpy leg KD. And a part-time Kyrie. And a James Harden who's not a playoff performer. It's a recipe for a bad cake. That don't look good. That ain't gonna win no contest. I don't even hear you guys as the favorites. Look at the Suns. You guys should be up there with the Suns. The Suns got 9 losses, 40 wins. Looking like a machine. And as of right now, y'all not going to beat the Suns if they make it to the finals again. Are y'all even going to make it to the finals? I don't think so. You would have to be the lowest seed the whole time. Like 6th to 7th seed. And if you're in the 7th seed, that means you got to play in the play-in tournament. Extra games for no reason. So you reap what you sow. You go against the New York fan base, and this is what's happening. They don't care. You guys are flowing under the radar. Even if you win a championship, yeah, there's going to be people there supporting, but it ain't going to be it's not going to be the party. If the Knicks ever get themselves together and ever win a championship within the next lifetime of mine, you will see the biggest party that New York City will ever throw. The whole state, not just New York, all over the country. The Knicks are in 12th place, and you still see a group of Knicks fans in almost every home arena, away arena. Bringing the New York State championship to the Knicks is more important than the Brooklyn Nets championship. We'll see what the future holds. But that was an impressive game that they played against the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors was pretty much full brass. And Kyrie and nobody took them to get to the limit, to the last shot. Him and Patty Mills. The Brooklyn Nets need to get it together and get it together fast. KD needs to come back as quick as possible. Otherwise, this season is going in the toilet faster than anything that you've seen in life. The way they look right now, I don't think they can get out of the first round. And if that happens, no one will really care. And that narrative about KD being the best basketball player in the world is not going to mean anything. They'll honor LeBron above KD. Even with the Lakers not doing well right now. LeBron is killing. KD, where you at? You can't stay on the floor. You're getting injured. And that's what I got to say about that. The state of the Brooklyn Nets, because it still feels like Jersey to us, is dismal. Sad. Like and subscribe. If you disagree, leave it in the comments. I love to discuss it. I like to see other people's opinions. But to me, this is a failed experiment. There's no fruits that's going to be labored from this tree. Haha. Next time, baby.